Hi, YouTube. I hope you're doing better than I am. I have been so sore lately. I've been trying to stay off a leg that I injured last year. I might have a hairline fracture in it with my osteoarthritis. If it continues, I might have to go get it x-rayed. Um, it's been bothering me for a long time, but now that wood season's upon us every day, I'm walking up the stairs carrying wood in for our wood stove. And normally, well, there's times Doug will do it too, but he keeps his shop warm too by wood heat. And I've got gas in the house too, but it cuts down on the gas price but and the rest of my stuff to do around here. But I just had been thinking about drinking. It's like some Canadian white rye whiskey or Canadian Windsor, or I'll tell you some of my favorites. I like Black Tower for white wine. It's Rhine wine and Germany. And then for red wine, I like Beaujolais Burgundy from Beaujolais region, France. And the thing that's so cool about that is the grapes have less tannins in it, so it's actually a healthier red wine than a lot of them. Then I like Paul Masson Rosé. Those are my wines. And for my whiskey, like I say, I like white rye. And Canadian Windsor is my go to standby. White rye whiskey's kind of a sipping whiskey, and you take like a couple little sips, and it'll like give you the giggles, and you really don't want to drink too much of it because it's not only is it pretty expensive, but it's not something that you want to. I don't mix soda in any of my liquor, and I haven't drank for many years, but I've been thinking about it because of the pain. And then I was thinking, with my pina coladas, I use Bacardi 151. And then I like, it's like champagne. It's called Grand Spumante. I like that. And I like champagne. And for beer, I like Boxer Lager. Um, it's a Canadian lager. Um, let's see, what else do I like? Um, Tequila, Curvo Gold tequila. And that's, oh, peppermint schnapps every once in a while. And I used to drink vodka or Tom Collins's or lime vodka sours, but I don't drink none of that no more. And when you mix soda with your liquors, you go up real quick and then crash back down. So I just started drinking whiskey water, whiskey ditch. That's it. So I'd get like Windsor and put it either in my coffee or put, which is really good, or just, oh, that reminds me, I like Bailey Irish Cream. That's good stuff in coffee. So, or on the rocks, or you can make white Russians with Bailey's Irish Cream and I think it's vodka and milk. That's a white Russian, and a black Russian is a shot of Kahlua. Kahlua in coffee is good too. But yeah, so I decided not to drink nothing, and I got some muscle relaxers. And I thought if I relax my muscles, that the pain, the nerve pain in my leg would ease up and I'd be able to sleep because this last week has just been hell. I've been using my headboard to grab it and turn myself over, and it's just been excruciating every step I take. So whether I'm laying down or sitting up is best for me, like just how I'm sitting right now. Um, or even sitting with my legs out in front of me. But when I lay down, it hurts. And when I walk around, it sort of hurts. I mean, I can make myself do it, but like I say, if I'm lifting weight along with it, then it's like double the pain. So yeah, so life's been a little bit rough this past week. And it starts too really bad when we have damp weather, and we did have a little bit of snow, but it didn't stick around. It was just coming out of the sky all cold like that, you know. So, oh, I was thinking today, I was 12. I got in trouble in school during history because I asked the teacher, how could Columbus discover America when the Indians were already here, you know? And she didn't like that, and she sort of tortured me for the whole year after that. You know, it was about pretty new into the year, too. So it was a full year of her abuse. I had her the year before, and we didn't have any problems. But that following year, we did. And it always kind of baffled me how she could not care about the indigenous people when she had lived in South America as a teacher. This was a white woman, but um, and she was teaching us the South American dialect of Spanish in third and fourth grade. So it always kind of baffled me how she could not recognize that them people were here and how she could teach that Columbus discovered this and now they've got that the Vikings were here first and whatever and they've got some pretty solid proof on that but still and there are redhead Native Americans too from back in those days but anyway so today to me in my heart it should be not Columbus Day, but Happy Indigenous People Day or Happy Native American Day. And then they've got its National Girl Day too. Well, that's all cool, but it's kind of a crappy day to have it on the same day as, I mean, they stole it from the American people, the original Native Americans, and then put something else on it too. It's like adding insult to injury, you know? So it bothers me. It has bothered me for decades, but what do you do? You know, I think, and this is my own personal opinion, and when I asked that question at 12, I did not know. I thought I was full blooded German until I found out I had everything in me practically as far as heritage and little bits of this and that and more of some of the others, you know. But just about every aspect, every corner of the world is flowing in my blood, you know. So, but I didn't even know that, and I asked that question, you know. So then I found out I did have two different types of native in me, so which is Sioux and Powhatan, Sitting Bull, Pocahontas. That so. Um, But anyway, so I don't know if anybody else, and oh, that's what I was going to say. I think most white people in the United States of America could care less because if they did care, they would do something about it. This isn't Columbus Day. What there's no such thing as Columbus Day. Just because I go over to somebody's house, I can't just claim it and say, now I discovered this. It's not mine. It never was. Like a meme on Facebook said, the Native Americans, we give you maize and squash and pumpkins to eat. And the Americans, they're like, and we'll give you blankets, you know, with their smallpox on there. So it's an important thing that is overlooked every year, once a year, well, every day, all the time. And I still say that the control of the country should be given back to the natives. And if anybody should tax anybody, they should be taxing everybody instead of some funky government that starts wars all over the place for no reason. So that's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. And, you know, that's something Doug and I have in common is a respect and a regard for the native people. He thinks it's funnier than hell that the Native Americans own casinos and is taking every bit of cash that they can from the stupid white man that gambles, you know. So I do have quite a bit of other things on my mind. Um, and I decided today probably isn't the day to talk about them. So, and I'm not sure when, but I will. I've got some issues I want to speak on about misrepresenting the female in the Bible, which really irks me. And more to that. Uh, how about if I give you like a little assignment between you and me? Because I put a lot of thought into this. I want people to think of the best woman they've ever known, the most tender heart you've ever known, and the most love that they could ever show their children or the father in that family. And tell me if you think that Eve actually ever did any sin first when you look at how man is in this world. I want you to search your hearts and be honest on that note. You know, I'm not saying the way the world is now or the way women act, but if you think about God's first and only daughter back in those days and tell me that he made her gentle heart filthy, I don't believe it. I never have. And furthermore, there's proof upon that within the Mason Society, and they know what they're talking about. I'll go deeper into that another day. But and Jonathan Kleck, what a I was gonna say dildo. I'll change that to dork. Um, evil piece of crud, saying that Eve came with her angels and wanted to kill all the lambs. And they even got the name of the first female wrong and then correlate it with evil. I've heard that before. Um, that'd be like saying Adam is a damn, you know. You can put stuff anywhere. Doesn't make it true, but I'm asking everybody search your hearts and I'll be back to discuss this further. I just wanted you to know what was going on. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA.